Alright guys, I'm back today at we are YCS London with Shane's. What did you do? I'll let you take it away, mate.
So we entered the Mega Regional on the Sunday, well, Mega Sunday Challenge, and I went X01 with mathmech. So there was 6 rounds of Swiss. The last round got cancelled, but we all got 3 wins. So I technically had 4 wins and 1 draw. But I felt very confident in that, so very likely there could have been a win in that as well in the last round. So,
Yeah.
Cool. So
Yeah.
join.
Yeah, go for it,
Cool. So start standard ratios, free circular, the best card, all one card combo, 3 diameters, what gives you the gates is the additional revive from grave, 2 sigmas, what you normally send off the circular, and then 2 of each of the extenders, so addition just gives it an extra 1,000, comes up in that if you get nibbed, because you use it with the G golem interaction, and then subtraction just to kind of make your opponent's stuff in that a bit smaller. All good standard ratios, they're all just really good, they're just good bodies, and free parallel exceed. This card's so good, it just gets you. It just allows like any hand trap and that plus this to be like full combo. You just get it's not just like extension play, and it helps you play through boards, and they just don't respect it. And then super factorial on equation. This is just like a Monster Reborn, really good on that when going second. Typically, even when I'm going second, I'd still search out super factorial, just because if I can't get just to help playing around hand traps a bit more. That way then, because you put them on such a huge simplified game state, and that with things like access play, just removing all of their board and doing a lot of damage, you can quite easily get into a heat cell and then just have a super factorial live, and this just realistically in best case scenario gives you like a +4, because you obviously remove like a monster with using the Laplation. You remove a monster, remove a back row, and remove something from hand, and then you have the negation, and in some where you're in just a simplified game state, it's just, it gets so much advantage. And then main consistency cards, free sign-up mining because it just searches your main stuff, and then free small order as well, but it's really helpful just to help bridge into, because everything bridges very well in this deck. Helps you either get to like parallel exceed in that just to like extend through, get to someone like go second cards to help breaking boards, or to get circular.
Yeah, best card in the deck, right?
Yep. And then 2 desires because it says draw 2, and in a deck that does all its combos quite easy, you can just do this at the end and just get yourself more advantage. And then the reason as to why the deck works: loads of good hand traps and consistency cards. A lot of people just don't, even the cash players just still don't respect this, and they still play into nib. Ash Imperm are just very good, obviously branded, and then Cash Tira, this is just really good into Cash Tira as well, especially when you combine it with nib, because then you just get like extra burn damage. Vader is less good, just because of with like a Rise Heart, so you can't even activate it, but it being a light is just important as a bridge, and then Kaiju, because you can easily bridge into it with like most cards in that, and you can just like get rid of an Arise Heart, get rid of like a Baron or something, just really useful. And the maths works out on that, so realistically after you've done your full combo, over the 2 draws you should be able to get at least 1, maybe 2 non-engine cards. So it just allows your first board mat to be a lot more resilient. It's an extra deck, so just play the 1 Laplation. It comes up sometimes having 2, but the deck doesn't really have much of a grind. You either just you kill them or you die. So you don't. The second doesn't really come up enough. Surrounding Burst, you use that on your first turn combo, and then you use the second one, and that is like extra follow-up, just to get into more names, and then just the revival is really useful. So that's the link 4s, and then the link 1s. So Link Griever is probably the best one. Helps you to go into back row decks a lot more. The arrow is just really useful as well as parallel exceed, and a lot of people just don't respect it. Amraj, if you have like hand trap, and then Link Spider, if you get nibbed, it still allows you to have full combo, because you can Link Spider plus any extender, that goes into G Golem. G Golem gets the Link Spider. You then make a transcode. Transcode revive the update jammer, because they normally do it after you've made the access code. And then access code again, just attack twice.
Yeah.
So that's the Link 1s, and then the Link 2s.
What does G Golem do? Well, G Golem Crystal Heart.
So these are all standard. So
Yeah.
Splash Mate, and you pay 2 because of Kashtira, update jammer, double attack, cyber respected for the follow-up. So G Golem, specifically, it revives a Earth Link monster from your grave.
Yeah.
So it allows you to help play around Nib, and it also allows you to not have to utilize Splash Mage and that as much for OTK lines,
Yeah.
or Update Jammer, because this plus Transcode Talker plus an addition allows this to attack twice in that for a game. So the G Golem gives this an extra 600 attack when it revives it, and then Transcode Talker actually gains 500 because it's co-linked. Then if you have Sonic and mathmech addition, this gains an extra 1,000. So this now goes to 33 plus 500, so 38. And then it goes to 43. It can attack twice, and it has piercing due to this.
That's actually really insane.
So this then becomes like a mini access code, and it just allows you to play around, play through on Nib. So you don't really care about Nib too much.
Yeah.
Then yeah, main 2, Link 3 is the main.
Heat Soul.
Heat Cell Pass, it's so good. Just drawing cards is just nice. And then yeah, transcode. You don't even try to go for this when doing the access code, because 4300 times 2 is still lethal. So you can just use Splash Mage, and it holds resources a little bit better, and it allows you to play around Nib, and you don't waste as many, waste your cards as much. And then play 2 access code because Kashtira exists, and yeah, access code is just very, very, very strong.
One of them is mine.
Yes, thank you very much.
That's okay, you're welcome.
And then
I'm joking.
side
All jokes
deck,
aside.
Gamma package, really good. It's a light as well, it's just nice to bridge, but it just stops a lot of plays. Sometimes I get a little bit greedy with it, and I hold it, and then I get punished when they, like against Kashtira, and then they Rise Heart effect, banish top 3, and one of them turns out to be the driver. But it's really good into a Rise Heart because it's mandatory in that, so things like Small World means you can just like Small World grab like a combo piece, and if you have this in hand, then you just go Gamma, get rid of it, which is quite cool. But it's just really good into like rogue decks, and especially like Sprite.
Yeah.
Back row removal. So again, because we've got the Lingering build, I think you don't need as much on back row removal. You just kind of you need enough, but you need stuff that's really good for going first as well. So the Cosmic is quite nice. And then just 2 Iron Storm.
Yeah.
I would like Pickbird, but it's the room.
Yeah.
Where the format's so diverse, you kind of have to make sure you can go on as many roles as possible. Oh, really, very strong. Not many people, I think, are playing this, and they should. It's good in the mirror. It's very good into branded, and like Labyrinth, and there's like some like funny like rogue decks as well. It's just really good into. It's just another helps to like stop the expulsion. Which is pretty good. And Floodgate of choice.
Oh no.
Anti-spell instead of... a lot of people use D-Barrier. I don't like it, personally. I think this is better. The decks that D-Barrier stops, anti-spell also hits, but it hits more as well. I don't think D-Barrier is very good into Kashtira because they just still summon loads of big guys and kill you. But most of their extension play is via spells. So anti-spell just stops a lot of decks, I guess, especially things like branded. So there was like so one of my opponents, they go first, I'm able to break their board and kill them. They go game 2, they expulsion lock me, so I'm like with Nightmare, so yay fun. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. Game 3, I open I open just engine, but they have no interrupt, so I'm just able to just go into the Allen version, and use the third effect, which allows you, if you detach 4, you can just search any spell or trap. So I just search anti-spell.
Oh, Floodgate. Oh.
So I just have anti-spell super factorial set, and they just can't out it. And it was quite. They just kind of looked at me like, "Oh, okay." I was not expecting that. It was quite funny. We did kind of giggle about it. I was like, well, you floodgated me round 2, so I'll floodgate you round 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. As a former pendulum player, don't like it in some ways, but yeah.
As a current pendulum player.
Yeah, the deck was really good. So matchups, round 1 was Live Twin, Sprite, Runic, that was 2-0. Round 2 was Kashtira, that was 2-0. Round 3 was Kashtira, that was 2-1, I think. He was very salty. Round 4 was Grounded. That was another. That was 2-1 again. And then round 5 was Adventure Virtual World, and the deck was really cool. But I had hand traps in that, and going. I went second games 1 and 2, but we just got very close to time in that, because it was really difficult trying to break through the board. Probably realistically, I should have just kind of like scooped early on game 2, and then just had more time on the round into game 3. And then I would have had enough stop on that, because they struggle in that if they don't have bodies in that. So Super Factorial goes quite hard into them, and then you have the negation, and then the hand traps kind of help just to calm it down. But yeah, and then obviously round 6 never happened. So yeah, the deck was really good. Kind of wish I played it for the main event, but oh well.
It is what it is, man. But to be fair, yesterday you did all right, didn't you? You did quite good for the first few rounds.
Yeah, I just put myself on tilt.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Well, it's the end of YCS London for us, isn't it? On to nationals.
Yeah, nationals in a few weeks time.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And cheers for watching the video. And thank you.